everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Essence. Now, I know it may seem a bit soon after I posted another update on my investigation into the One, but I had an experience last night that I thought would be intriguing to talk about. So, last night, it was around like 11 o'clock. I was bored. I didn't really want to play a video game, and I didn't want to read a book, and I was done surfing on the internet. So I was like, I haven't done an astral meditation in quite some time, where I actually like super focused. So I cleared off my bed. I turned off the lights. I turned my fan on because that does help me concentrate, the white noise. And it was a little hard to establish connection at first because it had been a while since I've actually done it. But I took myself to the Astral Garden, and I dumped all my problems in the well of darkness. Then I immediately reset everything. So I put my hand to the ground and I said, become a field. And all of a sudden, everything around me disappeared and it just became a big grassy field. And it was a sunny day. And I was like, oh, wow, it's so beautiful in this field. So here I was in the center of this huge grassy field. And then I started setting up a ritual space. So I made two things appear that I really needed. A large quartz crystal, so it was like this big. And I filled it with the power of protection. And you know how in real life, if you wanted to use, like, let's say 100 crystals, and you wanted to have them blessed with a certain energy, then you would have to buy 100, which is pretty pricey. You would have to charge each one individually, which takes a whole lot of time. But after I made this one quartz crystal, I said multiply, and all of a sudden there were tons flying around me. And I was like, whoa, this is cool. I never tried this before, but it was like they were all flying around me. And I said, form a pentagram. And all of a sudden, they arranged themselves around me and then just shot down around me. And I was like, whoa. And they were embedded in the ground in the form of a large pentagram. And I was like, oh, wow, this is cool. So then I made it was a pretty tall purple candle. And I also had a little pentagram etched into it. And I said, the power of divine energy be bestowed into this candle. And of course I saw the energy go into it. And then I said multiply. Same thing that happened with the quartz crystal. There were tons of candles flying around me, and I said surround the edges of this pentagram both inside and out. It shot down just like the crystals, and all of a sudden it was lining all of the crystals with candles. It was pretty neat. And I could feel the energy. So then, and I actually wrote it down in I have designated this to be my new astral journal. And I wrote it all down last night as soon as I was finished. Just so I don't forget. Let's see. Candles, quartz. So I asked Alwyn to grant me her power. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've talked about Alwyn. She's the goddess of poetic inspiration. She's known as the spark of life. The very power from whom Cerridwen gained her magnificent abilities. But I was denied. I was looking around for like a signal. I was trying to feel for any connection, and it didn't happen. So my only thing was that I was not a person who deserved it. Meaning, like, I wasn't ready for her power. So I was a bit disappointed, and I was like, oh, darn. But then I felt someone behind me. And I turned around, and it was Cerridwen. And she was still in her long black cloak. And I said, so she denied me the power. She's like, yes, but here. So she had me pull out my hands and cup them. And she put something in my hands, and it was the same symbol of Awen that she used to send me up where the one was. And she said, here, you can try and utilize some of my power. So Cerridwen granted me some of her power to use in the ritual. So therefore, I said thank you, and then I went back to the ritual, and I tried to harness the power of the one. I said, oh, great one, hear me. And I said, please grant me your power. Please grant me the power to get to where I need to be, where I know I'm going to be in life, to reach my goals. And I got to admit, there was some reaction. So what once was a beautiful blue sky with sun shining down, dark clouds all of a sudden formed. The whole sky was like grayish black. And the clouds were swirling around. And lightning was striking all over the place. It never struck me, but it struck all around the pentagram. But I didn't feel like I got the power that I asked for. So I was like, oh, well, at least I tried. And then Cerridwen put her hand on my shoulder, and I turned around, and she said that it's okay. I know you'll try again. And she also said someday I would achieve everything that I was meant to. If that means the goals that I'm currently on now, that's kind of exciting. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but life is all about taking things one step at a time, one day at a time. So I'm just going to play it by ear. I'm going to try my best to live my life and do what I can. Continue on my goals and continue working towards those goals. And that is just so awesome. Cerridwen has been a big help ever since I've made first contact with her. She's always been so helpful and so kind. And I know that she, along with a lot of the other gods that I have communicated with, are going to help me reach these goals. When in real life, no one can really help me towards the goals that I'm after, especially like the really tall ones, because not a lot of people are on my same wavelength, I feel. Not a lot of people. If I were to tell a regular person my goals, they'd be like, you're so weird. No way that's going to ever happen. And I've never met anyone, even someone who believes in magic and practices magic, I've never met anyone who believes in the goals that I'm going for, that I could actually achieve that, or anyone for that matter. But I know the gods that have surrounded me, that have protected me and my loved ones, and have guided me thus far, are going to be the key to help. They are going to be the stepping stones, if you will, that are going to help me reach my goals. So I'm very excited. I will keep you updated on my investigation as it is still ongoing. And I can't wait to make contact again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And have a blessed spiritual path, everybody.